Hello, welcome to my car. I'm gonna read The Faith of Dolly Parton. It's from my friend's dad, and he raised an amazing person, and so I'm pretty excited to read how he got there. Let's start with the introduction. The Butterfly Effect. Oh, by the way, it's by Dudley Delffs. Thank you, Dudley Delffs. This was my holiday present over the winter. I always ask God to work through me and let me be a light of some kind and help in this world. So I always pray for that. And I always want to do good. Dolly Parton. I love Dolly Parton. I grew up with her, really. Dolly graduated from Seaver County High School the year I was born, which technically makes her old enough to be a mother. But to me, she seemed more like an extended relative, a favorite aunt or a beloved cousin. Well, I'd have loved her for her to be my godmother, like she was for Miley Cyrus's character on Hannah Montana. Dolly hovered at the edge of my life, part muse, urging me to dream more, and part guardian angel, pulling me back to my roots. As a boy growing up in a small town Tennessee, I spent many evenings sprawled on the pea green carpet of our family room, watching Dolly on the Porter Wagner show. My dad's favorite. Later, as a young man, I prepared to propose to my wife beneath the watchful gaze of Dolly's bronze statue in front of the courthouse in Sevierville, Tennessee. And as a young father, we took our 3 small children on vacation to Dollywood. I'd never met Dolly in person and have only seen her perform live a couple times. But like the University of Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains, Biscuits and Gravy, the work of Flannery O'Connor, and the lonesome sound of the night train echoing from beyond the pasture on the farm where I grew up. Dolly Parton is woven into the fabric of my life. And it's not just her music that has shaped who I am, it's her Christian faith. When I talk about the spiritual role models in my life who continue to inspire me, most people laugh or raise their eyebrow when I include Dolly on the list. But why not? In a world filled with so much turmoil, division, strife, and conflict, Miss Dolly models a kind of Christian faith that manages to be authentic, positive, hopeful, and contagious. In a world where public figures fall from pedestals daily, if not hourly, Dolly Parton is the exception. She keeps the faith, holds her ground, and keeps on being who she is, who she has always been ever since rising into stardom over 50 years ago. Whether celebrating a new album or unveiling an addition to her eponymous theme park, Dolly has never been shy about crediting God and her relationship with Him as the source of her success. Even when others prefer to focus on her icon curves, the mysteries of her love life, or her latest groundbreaking endeavor, Dolly still manages to give God credit for it all. More important, what she says, though, is how Dolly lives out her faith in tangible, open-hearted, mountain-moving ways. Dolly lives out her faith in tangible, open-hearted, mountain-moving ways. She's a philanthropist and a humanitarian. Big words for a little lady who says she only wants to share her songs with as many people as possible. There's a simple childlike joy about her generosity and desire to help other people, whether teaching children to read or enabling residents of her beloved Smoky Mountains to recover from devastating wildfires. Dolly doesn't preach or presume to tell us how we ought to think and behave. She doesn't discuss denominations, politics, or other people's mistakes. If anything, she goes out of her way to take the high road, to give people the benefit of the doubt. to hope for the best in her fellow human beings. Dolly frequently quotes the Bible but has refused to be baited by matters of interpretation or theology. She keeps her faith simple, mostly private and action oriented. She's a backwoods Barbie as fervently as Bill Graham, but Dolly would never set herself up as a spiritual role model. Yet you will struggle to find a better example of what it means to be hugely successful and still humble. Gifted yet grounded, both faithful and fabulous, as genuine as they come despite the glamour. A cultural icon, yet still a simple gal from the holler down near Locust Ridge. Positive and profound, upbeat and down home. Sequins sparkling on an old soul, Miss Dolly can teach us a few things about accepting ourselves, loving each other, chasing our dreams, trusting God, and celebrating the life He has given each of us. Her lessons of faith are often small and subtle, which reflects what Jesus said about giving. When you demonstrate generosity, do it with pure motives and without drawing attention to yourself. That's Matthew 6:3. The way Dolly Parton lives out her faith reminds me of the butterfly effect. Borrowed from science and mainstream into pop culture, the term butterfly effect usually refers to the way small, seeming trivial events such as a butterfly flapping its wings in one location can have enormous consequences, contributing to a tornado, for instance. In another part of the world, I can't think of a better metaphor for Dolly's faith and its cumulative impact on millions of lives. Her faith demonstrates the fact small habits and patient dedication to one's dreams can produce. Captivated by butterflies since chasing them as a girl, Dolly was inspired to write and record her song Love is Like a Butterfly. Gradually adopting a little winged beauties as her brand symbol and personal totem. When asked why she loves butterflies so much, Dolly said, "They remind me of myself. They just go about their business gentle but determined." No doubt about it, Dolly's gentle, determined way of living out her faith has pollinated so many people's lives, including my own. Come here, honey. Cleo stuck on the buttons. Come here. But that's the very reason why we love her. Hers is the kind of faith that inspires you to be all that God made you to be. The kind of faith that can help you hang on when your times are hard and to set your sights higher after your latest accomplishment. She models the kind of faith that takes big leaps, gets back up after a fall, and trusts God for the next giant step. The kind that causes you to pray, to really talk to God openly and honestly from your heart again, to keep quiet around others if you can't say something nice. To pause and marvel at purple wildflowers. That's exactly what I'm doing. I just saw camas for the first time today. That's exactly what I'm doing. Swaying on the sun-kissed hillside. That's exactly what I saw. The kind of faith that hums a little song through the darkest night, and still finds something to laugh about when there are plenty of reasons to cry. The kind of faith that celebrates blessings and joyfully shares them with others. The kind of faith that lasts a lifetime. The kind of faith this book is all about. The faith of Dolly Parton. I love it. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked it. Can you see anything?